us that from where you sit, from your cash flow, it cannot be implemented. And we would agree with you as a person on the ground. But we can't have a conversation outside conditions. Members, I don't know whether I'm being too technical. If I can put it in the kind of the language the government uses, right, is to use a simple language. Yeah, so I don't know whether I'm being overly technical on this. Governor, do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, Chair. In fact, it makes a lot of sense. Those will be more specific and more systematic. If we are that case where we are coming to reply to that, we strongly believe that will be easier on our part. So then arguing now is that you are not able to tell us the state of implementation of our recommendations. Are you able to tell us whether you have done anything to implement or address the recommendations we have made as a Senate? Which we can tell here now. How will you, if what you're telling us is true, Governor, that we've seen what we recommended you to do, how will you tell us the state of implementation of our recommendations? I think that's the position in seeing what we recommended you should do. How will you tell us the status of how far you have gone in implementing what we recommended?
Maybe, Senior Counsel, since you brought our attention to the note 32 and 38, let's look at it and see whether we are able to make sense out of it. Because those specific recommendations we made would address the numbers that we are seeing under note 32. You've got the total debt broken down. You've got the total debt 8 to 3.2 billion. So, if we just use that as a test, we see that we are able to make further progress. Yeah. Because the first concern was a variation in numbers between what the control budget has and what the auditors have. You have said some reconciliation is ongoing, no evidence has been presented. The second concern is long-standing trade payables. We can see it in note 32, where you have done your aging. So let's go to note 32, trade and other payables. And in our recommendation, we say that statutory deduction and employee pays should be more duration. Was it 90 days? Within 90 days. So you got 1.098 billion instead.
Chair.
Why?
Chair, the truth is, the county cash flow as it is, we would really struggle if we use it as it is to pay those payments. Therefore, what is we wrote a letter to, there are about 3 organizations that are involved for care that we pay, and I think we are paying that one. But the greatest one is the one for CPF and lab fund, lab trust and lab fund. And we wrote to them. We told them we do a debt swap. That is, we give them some land, we then ask us to use our cash flow to them to pay debts. And the rationale was that employees, mainly, quite a number of interested in getting maybe a plot or a house, because that's what organization generally to do with the money they mobilize. We thought we are asset rich but cash poor, and through oral discussion with the CEOs of the two organizations, they were agreeable. So we ended. Chair, we are waiting to hear the replies. As if we have
any document so that to prove that you documented it, you wrote to them any correspondence.
we have it, we have it. It was not availed in the reply, but we have it here now.
Secondly, for me, share there is employee payables of 1,008,962,027. What do they constitute?
What's the makeup? Because you might be answering a different question. What is the breakdown of that 1,098 million?
Yes, I will read to Professor.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. In terms of the payables that is pending at the moment, we had 1.1 billion. We've paid 506 million. We are remaining with a balance of 689 million for the staff pay.
You had a question. Maybe you didn't hear Professor the question. The question is this 1 million. How do you break it down?
1 billion.
1 billion. How do you break it down? Before you even start paying, how do you break it down? What is it? The same way you said that we have other personal staff claims, 30 million. We have other payables, gratuities, 6.6 million. CHP, 7 million. This 1 billion, 1.09 billion. How do you break it down?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. We can get that from the professor in terms of how that is.
Yes, Chair, we can provide a specific breakdown up to what organization we owe, whether CPF or even the other organization, together with other unpaid money, if given time.
Yeah, because the question by Senator Murang'A was to establish whether indeed these are those old pension obligations, because if they were, then under the aging analysis, we would be seeing bigger debt in the older years. But we are seeing under 1 year 2.5 billion. That's why we're asking, what is this? Because is it that there was a salary that was not paid, maybe for June, and it rolled over to the new year? Or is it true that you owe employees 1.1 billion in unremitted statutory contributions? If that was the case, then Murang'A would be a crime scene, because we have not seen that kind of figure with respect to statutory deductions. So can we, even as we say that we're going to get a detailed breakdown, someone in your organization should know. There are sometimes you just look at it and you know that your last disbursement came late. So you close the year, you did pay salaries, and then you paid. Is it that case, or do you want to tell us that you have deducted 1 billion from your employees and not remitted?
Okay, Chair, some of these debts are they are for the former authorities which have been with us in our books, which have never been paid, and they remain with us, and also and many other instances where you are right that there were deductions and there were no remittances to the pension organization. That one, Chair, is admitted, but we can.
But to the tune of 1 billion? I don't think I've seen anything like that in terms of unremitted statutory deductions. John, I think your team should advise you better, because there is an entire paragraph on statutory deductions. And when we see the numbers that have been cited by the Auditor General, it does not add up to 1.1 billion.
Chair, you will have a director who handles spending bills.
Okay, please give us that's good news today. We are used to too much bad news. It can't be that you all have 1.1 billion in deducted but unremitted contributions. That is theft. That is the employer stealing from employees.
So, thank you, Chair. From our action plan, one element was a salary of June that was 371, which was paid immediately in July.
So it reduces it to 700 million?
Yes.
Or maybe 800 million?
Yes, now that captures the pension deductions. That form part of the pension deductions. There are circle deductions.
Is 351 gross or net?
Gross.
Yeah, if it's gross, then it takes care of all those deductions for that month. So you're telling us that there are some circle deductions you have done in the past which you have not remitted. How much is it?
As we do.
No. You have the information. We will go with you to the end. How much have you deducted from employees for circles and you have not remitted?
I'm given some time to tabulate and.
But I thought you were reading from your report. It was 351, you said 351 for June. 371. Yeah, that makes sense, because there could be delays, that's okay. So, what about the balance? Is it also pensions obligations? Probably not.
Okay, some of them are historical.
How much is historical?
I have to ask for some time to get the totals.
Okay, Secretary, it's like when you're rich, you never know who you owe. Me, the number was you and Madeni.
And you know, coincidentally, they are so used to wealth, and that explains everything. Because but yeah, I think to you know, Governor, you have said there is somebody in charge of pending this. I have seen your statement of the amount that you have paid, which is for 881,249,078. We did have to get even the schedule on how much you have paid. And you have indicated, which you have indicated at 46%. Why do you share in order to share? So My question one, Governor, where is the schedule of this payment that totals 800? Secondly, on this aging, what were you doing here that eventually or rose to 79%? That is 80 million. Number two, the 80 million, 485. Why they extracted the finally? Or that the original question? Governor, that was by certificate. It says explain. Negation. In terms of this particular performance, I was calculating national presidential vote. So the number of years so that with numbers. I saw you explain, I thought there was one deal. But you and me know these are certain that the budget as repeated, it belongs to the left part. You are doing with your money. Some money through the chair, you will get family members exit by office. Because it is their money. So what is 1 million? Because I know in Murang'A Governor, in conclusion with my country, you know them. You know how much has been done. The retirees. You know them. You know the money you owe them through reductions, and you have not paid in terms of medical expenses. What is the story behind this? Was something like services and not on this. I know the governor has so brief answers. I know the governor was ready for this matter. Because the original question I owe you was explain and answer. So we need to ask the governor, if you are not ready now, you can request more time so that you give us the facts. We really want to know. When I see employees, we haven't seen any other county. You are my friend. Although now to Linda Manager and DCP, we have never seen something with this money. To be fair, I know you wouldn't want to lie to you. So please. And if it pleases the country, this matter, the ACC must pick up this matter so that this matter, because the people of Murang'A, it is not a favor. This is their money.
So, back to the original conversation. But if we are responding to recommendations, they will get responses. Because we say what you need to do with payables. We get time to statutory. We get on dealing with retention obligations. We get how to deal with the over years. All these would be to a plan. that is shared with the controller to ensure that this debt is clear as well.
Yes, Chair, there is, and we are seeing it was not next year, but I think more to as a Chair. Last week we had a discussion that this problem of debts to everyone, whether pension we also told the assembly that this year we might not do a lot of projects. We will tune down projects, so we concentrate more towards payment of debts. We even came up with that shows how we based on the exchequer releases that you have published month by month, and shows how much you want to use to pay out these debts, Chair. And those discussing the last one course that will then show how this problem of, let's say, is really quitted, but before we go into the new election. We are on the also big MCs that they understand it's not our intention to go into the next year with that's parallel to the discussion and the proposal we have done the pensions since telling them that maybe that debt needs to be done because we need to money towards that then we need constrain the service, making some historical or actually rise the in terms of the salary. But of course, yeah, we very within the that will show how we intend liquid estate. If after that would within 1 year to be a account. Thank you, Chair.
You also have a question, President K, which let me rephrase. That not your trade payables grew from 1.3 billion to 3.2 billion, growth of 1.9 billion in a year. And that's why we're building this. If I'm not efforts to reduce it is increasing. Is it double? Beyond double from 1.3 billion to 3 billion. That one, feel the math is 100% growth. It means that the intentions you are seeing and how those documented and presented to us. How I wish that there was a plan that we're able to confirm that it's a conversation that is going on within the county government of Murang'A. Now, I think I would love to tell you on how to proceed, considering that the issues into our relations, because we start looking like we
increasing. The 1.3 billion you have reference to is a we captured in our books. Maybe my chief officer can explain, but it is not an increase as we have stated.
Well, I'm just looking at opening, closing and opening balances.
Yes.
We're just looking at, you closed at 1.3 billion, and you closed the prior year at 1.3 billion, and close the subsequent year at 3. Financial statements should speak for themselves.
So once the money comes, then it is liquidated. So it's not really an increase of more as alluded, Chair.
Auditor General, you're the ones who looked at these financial statements. Just by looking at the
Thank you, Chair. It is true that the debt has grown by 1 billion. We looked at the nitty-gritties as at 30th May. We did an intensive audit of these as at that has to make 26, Chair, and we're going by started the levels, Chair. And we're able to charter was 412, 55. Out of 127 million, out of 1. Payables between 1 2 years, 1 million to Kenya shillings 268 to 51. Over 3 years, the people wanted that conclusion between the county and the city. And they are aware of amount, especially the CRF that is under purpose that not be read by copy because the reporting had a role. However, we should control to our budget control. I was able to receive that because of an increase by
So when the county was able to receive that money, concern whether it was tables,
some tables were told by others were told, Chair. That's of intensive need. Gritties of the tribes. We comply to the current status. Has not been provided to us.
We are a bit frustrated. You have, I think, the professor, I think that is an ISPAC number. We should not be having this conversation we're having. They should understand the process that in this exercise we want your answers on our recommendations. We are very detailed, and I don't think we'll make a lot of progress with all the issues on. We have a payment plan when we see it. The plan was used in this without evidence. That the 434 million evidence would be very happy to see that. Older than 3 years. We asked ourselves, why should that sit a book for 5 years? What is it? What verification is it that you are still waiting for? What document is it that cannot be provided in 2 years that keep have been in the book for more 3 years? There is no chance that people connected with the not getting. Unfortunately, we can only speculate because we don't have a shield. We don't have it. We don't have payment. we have the control budgets assessment. The budget is different. It's the books in the financial statements. And so I think my point to avoid now that auditor is on the ground to do a much more report on this particular matter. As we try from issue of engagement and actions, and let's have the auditor read on this action. For that particular matter, we can give questions. As it's set up.
Out of which amount of 695
this 67 5.3 and
Chair, and remit statutory deductions of and as 32 states Kenya shillings. 3 billion 308 out of which 112 to 8. Review of the universal pending report as at June 25 revealed that the county executive had shillings 1 billion 1 out of Kenya shillings 1 billion 195 580 94 complete bills relating to salary areas, including these of NSSF contributions of 9 million. And 50 penalty, 5% penalty for the amount of pay as 27, section 1 of the National Social Security Fund, pension contributions of 9 million, and LAP fund and Kenya shillings 201 815 7 million and 38 to the financial scheme for who is their retirement. Thank you, Chair.
What's your response?
Is 1 billion 1,500,000 shillings of regarding pensions for 100,182. Which is the reduction to various body lab trust and public service supervision.
Any evidence of that?
The chair we can provide.
Clerk, was our recommendation, similar recommendation on triples? And you can dig up our recommendation because unlimited statutory deductions is unfit. I think also has referred to the one necessary. But in that analysis, the figures the auditor will talk about 404 million. Out of 1.19 billion. So the question is, what is the composition of the 7 million? What was it? So could suppose the insurance premiums here is the share, but you have only fund trust, the recognition scheme. They deal with their deduction cycles, their deduction for staff insurance, their deduction for homes, because it will be the governor. If you think from the not to command us and not that would us what gains they are making the livelihoods of the people. If country trades well, that's what. So what is that amount that is remaining? You have said 425 million has been paid. But still leaves 700 million.
This is actually divided into two. You have the principal amount, let's say to lap trust, then you have the penalty. And we are having those discussions to it, but because they are not being concluded, so the county captures the data in our books. But some of those are interesting results.
Chair, the company can do better job if we give them time. For instance, if they are saying they've paid 45 million on 10,000 and 2 shillings, we can easily get out if we give them time. What constitutes if we give them time? But also, Chair, for me, the question that I want to ask to the audience, because the way this question, it's a statement of financial position in 3.2 billion in risk payables. However, the universal pending bills repeat 1 billion. What is the difference? So these are two sets. The first statements are revealing 3.2 billion. Another figure of 1 billion for pending bills report. What is the difference from 3.2 and 1? How are reconciling? That would be my question to auditors.
The auditor, please. Yes, I have maybe some breakdown which can help the committee. First is that most of these debts are incurred during the COVID period, and they come this way. So that's how you arrive at 1 billion. The gross salary, that the money that never came was 371 million. It grew to 39 million up fund, last to 2 million, housing levy 9.6 million, SACS insurance 1 million, 2 million, bundles, in particular case, 6 million, meaning at 2022. Thank you, Chair.
So, as a check, this close in 2020, 2022, this areas. What the plans the people are owed by the banks should really be suffering, and they could be auctioned. What are the plans to pay those?
Yes, Chair, this one's if the county has made requisition to pay, we have gotten some vetoes at the CB, and we are wishing to see how we can answer that veto by CB, particularly for KCB. We are ready to pay. But
0.2 and 1.9. What do you mean by universal pending bills? Report.
Chair, the first, we got the 1.9 billion, that's 1.9 billion, 1.8, so the total